Welcome to SCI-EASE. In the last video, we discussed about oxidation and reduction reactions. And here, in this video, I'm going to tell you about the effects of oxidation reactions in everyday life. So, oxidation has a damaging effect on metals as well as food. When oxidation, it damages the metals, then it is studied as corrosion of metals. And when oxidation has the damaging effect on food, then this is studied as rancidity of food. So, here I will explain corrosion and rancidity in detail. First is corrosion. Corrosion is a process in which the metals are eaten up gradually by the action of air, moisture and chemical in the surface. A very simple definition, that is eating away of the metals layer by layer, that is also known as corrosion. Now, the best example of the corrosion of metals is rusting of iron. Rusting of iron. The objects made up of iron, they get rusted in the presence of air and moisture. And this is a very slow process. Gradually, the metal that will be damaged. You know that iron is the backbone of the industry. Bridges, car bodies, buildings, everywhere iron that is used. And when it gets rusted, it is not only the loss to the individual, but also to nation as a whole. So, what is the reaction of rusting? I want to tell you. Here iron, when it comes in contact with oxygen and moisture which is present in the air, this will result in the formation of Fe2O3XH2O. What is this Fe2O3XH2O? It is a rust and its name is hydrated iron third oxide. Okay? And the value of X, it varies. I want to tell you some of the preventive measures, how we can prevent the objects made up of iron from rusting. The simplest and most common method, that is the painting. You know that windows, they are made up of iron, there are grills, and we paint them in order to protect it from the rusting. So painting is one of the very easy method to prevent the corrosion. Second one is alloying. Then is galvanization. Galvanization by zinc. Okay. Then is the electroplating. And a very simple method, that is applying Vaseline. Vaseline, that is a very simple method, and in all the machines, okay, Vaseline is applied so that rusting does not take place. Okay, so these are the preventive methods. I have told you in detail about the corrosion. So the simplest definition I have told you is eating away of the metal layer by layer. This is the corrosion. Now come to the second part, that is the rancidity. Rancidity of a food. Now, I have told you that rancidity is the method by which the fats or the oils containing substances which are packed, their taste and smell changes with time. Sometimes we buy namkeens or chips of some substandard companies, and we keep these things for few days. We will see that its taste and smell that will change. What has happened? What has happened? That the fats and the oils present in those chips and namkeen, they get oxidized. Okay? So the oxidation of the food, that is the rancidity. The condition produced by the aerial oxidation of fats and oils in the food, marked by unpleasant smell and taste, that is known as rancidity. That is why we prefer to buy chips or namkeen of good companies like Lay's, Haldiram, etc. Okay? So, what are the preventive measures again in order to prevent the food from rancidity? That I am going to tell you. We will say that that food is rancid when its taste changes. Okay? So what are the methods by which we can prevent the rancidity of the food? First is by adding antioxidants to the food containing fats and oils. So what do you mean by antioxidants? Antioxidants are the substances which prevent oxidation of the food. In fact, they are the reducing agents. The best example of some antioxidant is BHA, butylated hydroxyanisole. Okay? So this is the best method. Add some antioxidant, the food will not become rancid. Second method is, I have told you that some packets of chips, namkeen and other things, they are sold in the market. If that packaging of those things which contain fats and oils, they are packed in nitrogen gas, then the rancidity that can be prevented. If it is packed in the presence of oxygen, then oxygen will oxidize fats and oils. But nitrogen, being unreactive gas, it will prevent the rancidity of the food, or you can say the oxidation of the fats and oils. Third method is keeping the things, foodstuffs, in the refrigerator. Okay? We can keep the things in the fridge. Fourth one is by storing food in airtight containers. Okay, airtight containers, so that no air or oxygen can enter the container and the food will not become rancid. And the fifth one is by storing food away from light. So these are the 5 methods by which rancidity of the food that can be prevented. In the same way, I have told you about the preventive measures of corrosion. The question that comes in the board exam, that is, define rancidity, define corrosion, and give 2 or 3 preventive measures. Such type of the question that is asked. So, must memorize the definition properly rancidity and corrosion. So with this, my chapter, chemical reactions and equations, that is finished. I am concluding this chapter, and we started from chemical reactions, then chemical equations, then balancing of the chemical equations, then types of the chemical equation, and then last, effects of oxidation reaction in everyday life. Hope the things they are clear to all of you. I want that you should go through these videos 2-3 times in order to understand all the concepts given in this chapter. So I will meet you in the next video with some other chapter of class 10th. Till then, thank you very much.